Alright, YouTubers, welcome to the channel Stunner MR Sports. Here I have a 2011 Ford Raptor SVT 6.2 liter. Alright, and what we're doing is right here, this is your differential uh, container right here, and this is the seal that we're replacing on it. This is the old seal that came out of it. It was leaking. I don't know if you can see it, but there's some leakage that was there that I need to clean up. But that's the new seal I already put in, and that is the CV axle that you have to take out. Okay, I'm going to explain to you how you do this. Okay, obviously you have to take the wheel off, which I've already done. You have to loosen the lugs on here. Then you jack up the vehicle, which is I use a 3-ton jack. For safety, you put you some blocks under there, but usually I use jack stands. And once you jack it up, you take the wheel off. Once you take the wheel off, you have to take your caliper off, which I've already done, and you use some hangers to hang it up here to keep the lines from breaking. But before you do that, you want to disconnect all your connections, all your line hoses, your ABS lines, and you're going to use here, you're going to use 10 millimeter socket to do that with your ratchet, and an 8 millimeter socket for these two bolts right here, which is I broke that one off, and that one there, and here you have a connection to your line. It's a 10 millimeter bolt. You're going to take that off. Let's connect all your line to disconnect all your lines, and then you're going to take some straps like I did here, and you're going to hang everything, because what you're going to do is you're going to have to take your upper control arm, you got to disconnect that, and you got to disconnect your lower tie rod or ball joint. And down here, here's another bolt you got to disconnect. This is a 24 millimeter. This is a 21 millimeter socket. And this is a 21 millimeter socket. Okay. Once you disconnect all that, then you got to go in here and you take you some pliers and pull this out. You're going to have a screw there, and the screw is going to be a 13 millimeter. And you're going to take that screw off, right? And then you're going to push it in. And then when you push that in, you're going to go back up here, and your CV axle is going to be in here. When you push this part in, and you take and turn this, which right now I have everything held on here, but this is, take this out. Let me go ahead and do that. Show you guys. And that moves to the side like that, right? And this is where your CV axle will be. And you're gonna take and you're gonna pull. I can't do it with one hand, but you're gonna pull that out from that end. Once you pull it from this end, and then you pull it out, okay, then that's gonna allow you to be able to get in here and to pull the old seal out. Now the old seal is gonna be kind of hard to get out, so you're gonna use a flat tip screwdriver. You're gonna put it in here like such and pop it out that way. It's gonna take a little bit of wiggle room, but you want to pop it. Figure out a way to do it. You stick it in there like that and use this as leverage to pop it out. Now they have a tool that you can use for that, but if you're cheap like me, you just use the tools you have. Now it's going to come out in two pieces. You have the outer and you have the inner. right? The inner is going to come out first, then the outer, right? And when you go to the store and buy it, and I bought this from Rusty Acres here in Florida. This it's a brand called Natural Oil Seals, and the part number is 710950. Right? And it's when it comes, it's going to come as one piece. But it's really two pieces, just like what you took out of there. But it's going to come as one piece. Okay? Now, once you put the new seal in there, which is going to be just as hard as it was to come out, it's going to be hard going back in. What you want to do is you want to put it in there flush and take your hammer, which is what I have here. And you're gonna tap around evenly on all sides just to get it seated down in there, right? Once it's seated down in there, you don't want to hit it with a regular hammer because you're gonna damage it like I did, sort of. Take you something rubber like this and put it up against it, and then you take this, what I use is my jack handle, and I put it up against that ball that's going to be on the end of it, like such. I don't know if you can see that. And you take, on the other end, you're going to take a regular hammer, and you're going to hit this side until it goes in, which is going to be real difficult. But like I said, you're gonna have to hit all the corners. You're gonna get anything that's, you can get like a 2x4 or something, anything that's flush that allows make contact points over the whole thing is gonna be ideal. Okay, and that's really the only way you can get in there, because it's a real tight fit. Eventually, when you do get it in there, that's when you're ready to put the CV axle in. Now what you want to do is you want to make sure you lube it back up with some grease. Okay, make sure everything's oiled down and wet. So because it takes lubrication to keep these parts from locking up. Okay, you're gonna take and ease carefully, sit it back in there, like that. All right, give me 1 second.